The ability to make a decision is going to determine how well you can lead and establish a group. All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm Neil Winteregg, joined as always by Dr. Greg Winteregg. You can find out more about him and his book, Fun at Work, down below. You can also apply to work with Dr. Winteregg through our Adventure to Profit program.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. But today we're going to talk about the number one thing that separates a leader from a follower or from anybody else, or why a leader stands out amongst the rest. And that is because a leader, under any circumstances, is the one who can actually make a decision and act on it rather than wait for something to happen. Even if that decision could be wrong, they act. And that is what makes a leader, and that's what makes somebody want to follow somebody, is the willingness to decide and do something about it.
And here's the bottom line. If we're looking in business, that's what we're talking about on this channel. We're talking about business. The owner of the business, the managers, the vice presidents, whatever the C-suite guys are, or have chief of whatever in front of their name, they are paid to act. They are not paid to panic, because everybody in the organization is the effect of the owner. Whatever decision the owner makes, good or bad, the people in that business, the players, the employees in that company are the effect of the leader's decisions. And when the going gets tough and they see their leader panic, running around the office, freaking out, crying, whatever it might be, panicked, they know that they are screwed. And it's time, like they're starting to look around and say, I'm going to go hit Indeed.com over lunch. I think we need to get out of here, because they're looking at the guy or gal who's supposed to be making the decision and leading through this challenge, and they are panicked, they are freaked out, and that is not a leader.
Exactly. A leader gets others to get things done and to act and to move and to put things into motion. Even
if it might be the wrong thing to do, then you need to do it anyway. You need to be doing something. Acting and doing something is better than nothing. And there's an interesting story that I heard about once. During the bombing of Pearl Harbor, there was, I think it was a tugboat in the harbor, and the captain of the tugboat had the crew throwing potatoes at the airplanes. They didn't panic. And they were just like throwing. Now, you can say that's dumb. But what's interesting is that tugboat then was able to go around, help pull sailors out of the water. I mean, just so even if it's wrong, even if it's not going to do something as a leader. And yes, you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to panic, but not in front of the crew, not in front of the team, not in front of the managers. You can have a business mentor. Call me. You can panic with me. You can cry with me. That's fine. But when you walk out of your office, you need to be confident and certain. Is like, this is the direction we're going. You can even call together a meeting, and you can have all of your managers say, so what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, that's a really good idea. I like your ideas too. We're going to go with this one for now. And if that doesn't work, we're going to do yours. And we're going to get out of this. Darn it.
And it's that certainty thing that you just said, because you can be a terrible leader by telling people what to do, but being like, well, I just don't know what to do anymore. We'll just do that, and hopefully it works.
We'll give it a try.
I'm willing to try anything, but
hope for the best, plan for the worst.
That's not deciding.
No,
that's not making a decision. You're just pretty much succumbing to what's going on around you, and that's where you run into troubles. And so, if you look at all the greatest minds, all the greatest military leaders, etc., they were respected and loved and followed by people because they were never afraid to give an order, to do something that was going to get the result that they needed.
And they were willing to be wrong.
Yep.
They were willing to have to say, that was a bad idea.
Yep.
So now this is what we're going to do. And they're willing to have a few people jump ship, so to speak, and leave. But then the people that I'm always looking for, and I talk about this in my book, Fun at Work, is I'm looking for the people that are going to be there and say, listen, I got your back. You need me to work overtime? Good. You need me to work lunch? You need me to stay late? I'll be here. I'm looking for those people who are going to back me up no matter what. And there are people out there that really admire a leader who's willing to have that confidence and that certainty and say, we're going to go in this direction. I think this is going to work. If it doesn't, then we're going to give this 4 weeks. And if that doesn't work, we're going in this direction. And as I was doing some research today just online, there's story after story after story right now of people who shut their restaurant and did something else, who actually pivoted their restaurant. It was a fine dining restaurant, and now they're delivery and takeout. But it's fine dining delivery and takeout. And there's a restaurant owner in Philadelphia. She tripled. A restaurant owner in Philadelphia tripled during COVID. I admire the heck out of that. I really do. And that takes courage. That's leadership right there.
That takes the ability to decide to do something.
Yep.
And if you can't decide, you're not going to lead. And it's okay. Not everybody is a leader. So if you're not a leader, there's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to take orders and work for somebody. In fact, there's a lot of people who do better that way by following those orders and getting them executed the way that they're supposed to be.
But then be certain you're working for a leader that acts, not one that panics. And honestly, if you're in a company and the leader panics on a regular basis, you need to go to Indeed or Monster or wherever and just leave, because your certainty, your security there is definitely on shaky ground.
Yes, absolutely. So I hope you learned something new here today. Please leave some comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and you want to have fun at work. If you don't want to have fun at work, never come back here ever again. We'll see you next time.